Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to set up your mountain bike tires tubeless. So the tires that I got are the Minion DHF for the front and the Minion DHR2 for the rear. These tires are downhill tires, so it should work really good for trail and enduro use. So step one, you want to take off both of your wheels. So once you finish removing your old tires, as you can see here, the old Rocket Rons that I had on there are now removed. Then you can take the rim and take the valve out, take off the rim tape, as you can see here, the blue tape strip. Clean off the rim with a paper towel. Then you can clean the rim with alcohol to make sure that there are no contaminants inside the rim. And here's what the other rim looks like before I have cleaned it and taken off the rim tape. Now that I have taken out the valve stem, as well as the rim tape, take a paper towel and clean the inside of the rim. So after I've cleaned the rim with just a paper towel, I now need to clean this sticky material off using alcohol. And this is what your rim should look like after you have cleaned it with alcohol. As you can tell, it is now much cleaner, and most of the sealant that was on the rim before is now off. So after you've cleaned the rim with alcohol and you have the inside of the rim nice and clean, you can get something like this, Stan's rim tape, and just make sure you got the proper fit. It should fit like a little bit wider than the inside of the rim, this part. You can start on the opposite end of the valve, which is where the weld of the rim is. And that's where you start to apply the tape. And as you apply, line it up in the middle of the rim and try and keep it nice and straight and anchor it with one thumb. And then as you pull, make sure you put a lot of tension on it and then smooth it out with this thumb. So after you've installed the rim tape, as you can see right here, there's still a few air bubbles that need to be smoothed out, and the way to do this is to run your fingers along the rim tape until you find an air bubble and try and get them as smooth as possible before installing a new tire. So after you finish installing the rim tape, you can find the hole where the valve is supposed to insert right here, and take a sharp object such as this pick and make a little tiny insert through the rim tape. And once you make this small hole, you can stick the valve through the hole and use this nut right here and tighten it down. So in order to install the new tires, you have to make sure that the rim tape is now installed and there is a rotation mark on the tire, as you can see here. And you need, in order to find out which way the tire needs to rotate, here's my brake disc rotor. My brake is on the left side, so I know that my tire is going to rotate this way. So you need to line up the arrow of rotation on whichever way your tire is going to rotate. So mine's going to be like this. I like to line up the MAXXIS logo with the valve stem right here, in between the two X's or in the middle. You need to put one section of the bead on by just setting the middle of the tire onto the back of the bead, which is right here, and just begin to pop this on. It will take a little bit of work, especially for a new tire, to get it on. Using tire levers, I was able to get the first half of the bead on. And the next step would be to use the tire levers and work this side of the bead to end up inside of the rim. You want a little space open like this, and you want this space in order to pour in the sealant. So now that the bead is on this side of the tire, as you can see, besides at the very bottom, this now allows for sealant to go in. So after figuring out the amount of sealant that you will need for your certain size of tire, you can then use a measuring cup and measure out the amount of sealant that you will need. So I'm gonna pour about 5 ounces of sealant, as I have 27.5 by 2.8 tires. You can then pour the sealant inside the tire, and then using tire levers, you can pop this bead of the tire onto the rim So once the sealant is inside the tire, you can then take an air compressor, connect it to the valve, and as you increase the air pressure using the air compressor, you should hear the bead pop into place. So after you inflate the tires and the bead pops into place, you then want to make sure that you move the sealant around, and you can do this by doing this, or you can give it a few bounces, rotate it around, bounce it, and this just helps ensure that the sealant actually seals up along the sidewall. Thank you for watching this tutorial of mountain bike tubeless tire setup. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Make sure to subscribe. All the equipment that I use will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck setting up your own mountain bike tubeless tires.